Let's study 10th Standard ICSE Math, Chapter 11, Exercises C and D of Geometric Progression. Some properties first of C exercise. The ratio between the consecutive terms is always the same, that is called R. If A, B, C are in GP, then B is called the geometric mean of A and C. That means B is equal to square root of AC. Third point, if you multiply each number in the GP with the same non-zero number, then the new series is also in GP. Similarly, if you take a reciprocal of each term in the GP, the new series is also in geometric progression. And if you raise each number by a power, same power, non-zero power, then you get a new GP. If there are two GPs and you multiply each corresponding term, then the new series is also in geometric progression. Same thing goes for division. Now in C exercise, cancel all the sums except first and third. First sum, let's understand it. Find the seventh term from the end. So first we'll find the number of terms. The first term is A, and the common ratio is the second term upon the first term, which comes out to be root 2, which is coincidentally equal to A. The last term is given as 32. So using the formula and substituting, we can get the value of n. Root 2 raised to 1. So if you have the same basis, you can add the powers, and minus 1 and plus 1 go away and n is left here, and convert 32 to the base root 2. 32 is 2 raised to 5, that's root 2 raised to 10. So if the base is same, we can compare the powers, so n is equal to 10. So once you get the number of terms, then we notice that the seventh term from the end is actually the fourth term. So if there are 10 terms, then 10 minus 7 is 3, and always add 1. Fourth term will be the seventh term from the end. Let's check how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So which is the seventh term from the end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh term. It's the fourth term indeed from the end. So indirectly they're asking us to find the fourth term. And we know the formula of fourth term, AR cube. Or just take the third term given, which is 2 root 2, and multiply by the common ratio R. You'll get the fourth term directly. Next, before we study 11D exercise, let's study some formulae. Summation. If we want to find the sum of all the numbers in a GP, then this is the formula. If R is equal to 1, then just n into A. And if the modulus of R is less than 1, then this is the formula. But if the modulus of R is greater than 1, then this is the formula. When I say modulus, I mean absolute value. I mean ignoring the negative signs. So if R is equal to minus 5, minus 5 is less than 1, but the absolute value of R, the modulus of R is 5, and that is greater than 1. So I will use the formula here, this one, this one, greater than 1 formula. This one is for less than 1, which is the next case. Minus 2.5, ignore the minus sign, 2.5 is indeed less than 1, so use this formula. So in the exercise now, take the ticks, which we'll do right now, and the cancellations also. So we start with the sum 1.1. Here, A's value is given and R is 3 upon 1, 3, which is clearly greater than 1. So we just use this formula, substitute the values. Yes, 3 raised to 12 is a huge number for calculation purposes, but we have to do it, we have to solve it, and ultimately we get the final answer. Roman number 3, again, A is 1 and R is minus half upon 1. So that's less than 1, even after ignoring the minus sign. So again, they want the sum of n is equal to 9 terms. So substitute the values. It's an odd number, so definitely the answer will be negative, and negative becomes positive. So 1 upon 512, but then denominator negative becomes positive. Denominator goes to numerator, do the reciprocal, do the LCM in the numerator, so you get this. This is the reciprocal of the denominator, multiplication. Cut, in the end we get 171 upon 256. That's the final answer. Now Roman number 5, 3 terms are given. This is A, and R will be this upon this, or simply speaking, reciprocal of this. So we have to find the summation up to n terms. So write down A and write down R. R is definitely less than 1, because if you notice, the values are decreasing. Here in numerator we had x plus y, here in numerator we have x minus y. So it seems that the values are decreasing. So R is less than 1. So we use this formula. Substitute the value of A and R and R. Now we can't do anything about this because there is a power n out here, but we can do an LCM in the denominator here. So we get x plus y minus x plus y. Notice how this sign changed because there's a minus sign here and minus sign here. So when you open the brackets, this becomes plus. Don't forget that. That means x and minus x got cancelled and you are left with 2y. So since the denominator is also a fraction, we will do a multiplication with the reciprocal of the denominator. For ease of calculation, we get this. Notice this cannot be touched. This will remain as it is till the end. But here, x plus y is squared, so we can write it like this. There's nothing more we can do. This is the final answer. Next, the third sum. The first term of a GP is 27 and the eighth term is 1 upon 81. Find the sum of its first 10 terms. Okay, first term is a and eighth term is this, but eighth term formula is a r raised to 7. A's value is known. Substitute and solve to get the value of r. Convert this into a power 7 because r is raised to 7, so it becomes easier for us to find the value of r, which is 1 upon 3 less than 1. So they want the first 10 term summation, so substitute the values and solve. Again, 3 raised to 10, all the best learning these values. And this goes up with the reciprocal LCM and then cut as much as you can. This is the final answer. Fifth one. The fourth and the seventh terms of a GP are given. Find the sum of the n terms of this GP. Well, the fourth term is given and the seventh term is given. So we write them in terms of a and r, ar cube and ar raised to 6. Let's divide this by this because this way a and a gets cancelled. So now I can get the value of r cube. Notice that this divide by this I converted into multiplication with the reciprocal. I got 1 upon 27 and that is 1 upon 3 the whole cube. Taking the cube root, I'm getting r is equal to 1 upon 3, which is less than 1. And now if I substitute this out here, I'll get the value of a, which is 1. Now I have got everything I need. Substitute it in the formula, solve it as usual and get the final answer. Don't just copy, solve it on your own. I can't solve this further because I don't know the value of n. I'll have to leave it like this. Now the ninth sum. In a GP, the ratio between the sum of first 3 terms and that of the first 6 terms is given. Find its common ratio, that is r. So the sum of the first 3 terms upon sum of the first 6 terms is given. Let's use the formula. Sum of the first 3 terms, this is the formula. Yep, r is greater than 1 is the assumption being made. And here is the formula for summation of the first 6 terms. When the division becomes multiplication, r minus 1 gets cancelled, a gets cancelled, I'm left with this. Now, r raised to 6 can be written as r cube squared, and this is 1 squared. The benefit of converting it in the format a square minus b square is that we have a formula, a plus b, a minus b. Now, this and this gets cancelled, brackets. So what is left is this. Do the reciprocal of this. Minus 1 goes here. Again, do LCM. Take the cube root, find the value of r. It's less than 1, but that's all they want, so no need to solve ahead. Now, the 11th sum. If the sum of this is given, find the value of n. So again, we know a, we know r, which is second number upon the first number. It is greater than 1. The summation is given. Using the formula, we are left with this. We know all values except n. So 2 minus 1 is 1, that disappears, 1 disappears, so we are left with this. Minus 1 goes and becomes plus 1. Convert this into a power 2. Same base, so powers are equal, n is equal to 8. 8 terms. Now 12.3, find the geometric mean. Oh, that's easy. The geometric mean is always equal to the square root of the first and the third term involved, which comes out to be this. 14th sum. The first term of a GP is minus 3. Okay, a is minus 3. Square of the second term is equal to the fourth term. Okay, so the square of the second term, this is the second term squared, is equal to the fourth term. But fourth term is ar cube. So 1a and 1a cancelled and r square cancelled. So what is left is that r is equal to a. And a we know is minus 3. So we got the value of r as well. And we have to find the seventh term. So seventh term is a r raised to 6. I know the value of a. I know the value of r. This combined becomes minus 3 raised to 7. Odd numbers. So minus sign will remain as it is. And I get this as the answer. And now the last sum. 19th sum. Find a GP for which the sum of the first 2 terms is minus 4 and the fifth term is 4 times the third term. Always write the data first. So t1 plus t2 is minus 4. That is a plus ar is minus 4. Take a common, I get this. Can't go ahead. I need the value of a or r. Let's go to the second condition. Fifth term is 4 times the third term. So ar raised to 4 is equal to 4 times ar squared. Good news. A got cancelled. R square gone. So that's left with r squared only is equal to 4. So r is equal to plus or minus 2. So there will be 2 cases. Either r is plus 2 or r is minus 2. So substituting that, we get two values of a. Either a is minus 4 upon 3 or a is 4. So we'll have two GPs. This is the first case of GP and this is the second case of GP. Hi students, this is AJ sir. If you like this video, press the like button. If you would like to enroll for my online test series or online lectures, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more information.